it'll put me in a dangerous situation. Now, the thing I want to talk about again is not really my opinion. If Moonton is in the wrong, if Soul is in the wrong, because that's up to yourself. I think it's a very easy situation to just, think about and be like, all right, we know who's wrong here. But what I want to talk about is something interesting that I think no one has touched on yet. Moonton, by banning Soul from promoting H, have indirectly promoted H better than H has been promoting itself for the last, few years. Because everybody's moving. Dogi is there. YAWI is over. H2O, RENEJAY, the big names are moving. And obviously, they've kind of... obviously, the NA guys are all probably going to move to H, I mean, at this point, it'll be a big statement by H as well if they can actually give the NA players incentives. Something that, again, hasn't been really seen by Moonton for a while. So, yeah, that's the point. I don't know. Here, we had a very similar issue to this in a different light. At M6, we had the whole, Simon saying, "Oh, everybody, please be calm. Don't attack MobaZane. Please stay calm, remain calm." But in the end, it brought attention to the problem. It brought massive amounts of hate, massive amounts of whatever, a big problem, even though it wasn't really a big problem anyways, Here, it's the same. I think the rule book, the way they did it as well, the way that they, moved around promotion, they promoted the other game was like, all right, it was kind of sneaky from them to promote another game. But what Chicken said was kind of right, There's no prize pool in NA. They don't have contracts. They don't have exclusive payments for them to just, they need to eat and they can't eat. They can't eat diamonds. They can't buy food with diamonds. They can't pay for rent with diamonds, unless their landlord is a Mobile Legends player. And now, not only have you stained Moonton, your reputation in NA, but you've stained your reputation in India too, because Seoul is an Indian organization. And hey, the NA boys, I think 80% or 70% of their fans are Indians. 60% are like Filipinos, or 50, and then another 1% is NA. This is such a situation to be in, man. And I will have to say this: the older generation, whoever and whichever company has the older generation running their internet side, should have a big revamp. Because I don't know who made this move and who said like, oh yeah, this is the good move. This is how we shut down, that other game. Yeah, let's do it. Because this is not how you do it. You've brought more attention to it than... You might be working for the other side. You might be working for H at this point, because H is capitalizing the out of the situation. They're milking the situation. On the day of the ban, they tweeted something saying like, "Oh, we take in every single player. We don't care about all this." It's like, oh my god, this is free press for them, dude. This is not how you beat them. As a caster, I'm worried because look at the big names who are already gone. I mentioned them already. That's my take. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. This is I don't know. Yes, but yeah, that's my take. Not gonna say who's in the wrong, but holy shit, was it a big blunder? Because now, not only the NA people who are getting banned get problem, now also Moonton get problem because the competitor becoming big because of their own mistake. Yikes. What do you guys think?
Also, I would like to urge everybody to remember that these people that are being talked about are people, right? And at the end of the day, they have feelings, emotions, and of course, they're going to feel certain ways. And, keep that in mind. Like, the people you guys are talking about online are people, okay? And lastly, too, about this part is don't mistake your emotion as loyalty. Like, that's the other thing. Know your worth and let others know your worth as well. Okay, only you know that. That's where you really start doing the work here, especially my purpose with Groundwork, this series, which will eventually lead into my podcast once I launch the podcast. I really want you guys to work on developing yourselves, improving yourselves. That's something I've been doing for more than 5 years, really focusing on that. And I'd love to share that with you guys. And that's the whole point of this video. It's not really to dive into the drama going around, because I'm sure you guys can understand that even in my case, like, there's certain things that sure I'd like to talk about, but I also don't want to. I know that, like I'm saying, I know how the game works, guys. All right. And at the end of the day, I'll sum it up as that. Again, shout out to Gosu General, man. He said it great. And I know he's in his 30s too. So, like, maybe it's coming from both people that have been through similar things, but different parts of life, different stages of life. And that really is, yeah, the world doesn't run on emotions. Contract is law. You got to know it, and you got to know the game. All right. And I personally really do hope that everything that's happening right now just is for the betterment of the scene of the betterment for esports, excuse me. Because I've always felt like that you don't just need one, right? You don't just need one game or organization or whatever, like being at the top the whole time. I think if you have multiple things that are successful, it's for the betterment of the environment, the scene. You know, when there's competition that can be healthy, that's, again, the main thing here is things can get a little toxic sometimes. So, you know, hopefully we can keep it a little more healthy, and competition overall within that scene is going to be great, I feel like. But at the end of the day, I still think, you know, we really have to do our part in understanding things that we're signing, for example, or that we're doing in life. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I just want to share some of my thoughts here without going too much into the topic. There's already been way too much online about it. You know, unfortunate that we're not going to be seeing that team go out and play in MSC. You guys already know that I'm very vocal about rooting for the North America region and everything else. It sucks what happened, but I think that they were trapped in a situation. They got misguided as well with the whole thing. It's just a reminder to always be careful with what you sign. Wish them luck in the future. I'm super excited about MSC though. I think it's still going to be a hell of a tournament. EWC is going to be great as well, and hopefully see you guys soon. The last thing I want to say about this, guys, is with this kind of last message for you guys to think about. It's easy to let your emotions run the show.